Bottom of the clip, but the gun shine stay high. What them boys still boating in that way. Big plate, get it for the 18 if you straight. Get cake and stop hating, it's the motto of the state. A lot of fakes, but it's still real around here. That foreign talk, that can get you killed down here. Niggas better learn the lingo, cause they'll be looking for you in that water finding Nemo. See, Palm Beach County be the craziest. Them Broward County niggas be the craziest. And them Dade County niggas be the wildest. Shout out to Bell Glaze and my niggas at Fort Myers. Salute to all my Florida boys out here on the grind. When niggas out here getting dough with that snow and the sunshine. Ducking 9, waiting at the port to bring in that order. Cause niggas like depend on what come across that water. Welcome to South. I was born in the South, raised in the
Y'all make sure you share. Share, send it to a friend, man. Send it to a friend, see if you can wake them up. Send it to a friend, share it to a friend, see if you can wake them up, man. Let them know we live. Finna here and run through a few things, talk about what's going on. I just got back from in town, man, from Hartford, Connecticut, man. Long day. Me and Twan missed our flight. We were in New Haven, Connecticut. We missed our flight. Little tiny ass airport. Had to drive to Hartford, Connecticut. We had a crazy Uber driver just broke up with her boyfriend. She talked all the way to Hartford, Connecticut, which was an hour drive. It was crazy, man. I don't know. So we get to Hartford, Connecticut. She has to use the bathroom. Okay, I'm not even getting into all of that. It just looked crazy. But I made it home. I'm here. What she said on Color Purple? I'm here. I may be black. I may be ugly. But I'm here. But we went to Connecticut to look at the #1 player in the nation. We sat down with the #1 player in the nation, ESPN top 1 player in the nation, Ellis Robinson. He had a whole shindig up there, man. We sat down with him, interviewed him. Then we went to his party. He had a going away party. He's already on campus at Georgia. He said he picked Carson Beck off already, 707. How did he get there so early?
No clue.
Yeah, I was talking to him, man. Like he's all Georgia, man. But he said he really liked Miami. He said he liked the coaching staff at Miami. He said he loved the city. He said the city just a vibe. He said he really liked Miami. I think he's had a really good relationship with Fran. But then Fran ended up going to Syracuse. So you thought about going to Syracuse, boy? No. Me and Fran was cool. We were cool. You know what I'm saying? But no, man. So yeah, because I asked him, like, why did Miami kept coming up in the conversation with you, bro? Like, he said he really liked the staff in Miami. He liked what Miami had going on. This man is a real deal, bro. This man's the real deal, man. His daddy has bred something serious. He never played high school football home in his city. As a freshman, he went to New York. He played in New York for 2 years. Then he went to Bradenton. Like his dad said, I just kept putting him in situations where he was uncomfortable. So listen, that's enough about Georgia recruits. Miami's ranked number 4. Let me see. In recruiting, Miami ended up 75. Miami ended up number 6 on 3. On 24/7, they ended up number 4. This thing not over, right? Is it over? Like signing day is like February, right? So kids are still signing, right? Sort of, kind of. So they ended up number 4. You had Georgia first, Alabama, Texas, then Miami, then Ohio State, Oregon. For what we 7-5?
7-5.
For a 7-5 team, man, that's goddamn amazing. That's better than last year.
A little bit better. Just
That's
a little
crazy.
bit.
Not more. I still don't. That's not more impressive than what we did off of 5 and 7. So, I mean, either way, that's crazy.
They say Mincy commenced on the 6th. Okay. But that's not better than last year's class. That's a little better than last year's class, right?
The score is
I don't think so.
the win and loss column.
Yeah. It's still pretty damn amazing, bro. Ain't nobody in that. Ain't nobody up here 75. You got Auburn right here. What Auburn record was? They probably were pretty bad, huh? But no, that's pretty amazing. You ask me. And if he keeps stacking chips like that, man, he just got to keep the right coordinators, dog. And this thing I think is headed in the right direction. No matter what you think in the end, Kyle, I just think he'll get the 9-10 wins. he get 9-10 wins if he keep goddamn stealing people's kids. So that's what I believe. That's just what I believe. We got one coordinator and a possible in place already. I asked a couple of recruits, like, what are they telling? What they tell you about Lance? Lance Dan? It was like Lance they doing everything, because a lot of recruits think he would eventually go to LSU. Say, nah, man, they doing everything to keep me here. And Lance talking shit on Twitter. Lance like he came through and through for right now.
Why not win in Miami?
How y'all feel about Kobe Young going to Georgia, though? Go ahead. Does he have what?
I know I was gonna ask, does Lance have any ties to LSU as a program? Because I get everybody bringing that up, because it's it's home. But does he have any ties to the school as a program?
I think it's home. Like he's from I think it's his home. Oh Lord, the arm fell off my dog. Yeah, I think it's just his home. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just his home. And people assuming that he want to go back home.
Right. That's my point. People are just assuming that he want to go back home. Like, why?
Right.
You don't know that.
Yeah, they're assuming he want to go back home. And I don't know if he ever said that, you know what I'm saying? But I feel about Kobe Young to Georgia, bro.
I mean, me personally, we kind of saw this coming. And this is the NIL era. So players are going to stand on business, and you can't feel no type of way because it's business at the end of the day. He felt like he got what he wanted. And I'm not going to speculate whether or not Georgia paid him what he wanted to get paid or not. But what I will say is, best of luck. So he's 6'5", right?
Yep.
220.
Yep.
So he might be the seventh man on the line, or he might be catching passes. We don't know yet. So we'll see.
Yeah. You got any thoughts on it, Kyle?
Yeah. I said it before. I thought it was I think it's a potentially huge loss. From the standpoint of, we lost Young, now we're gonna lose more games. Not from that, just from the standpoint of, man, you could have really created a monster out of that kid. I think we continue to forget he's just right. You got a kid that came out of high school with no offers, anything like that, had to go do the dirty work in JUCO. And we saw his first year he got here, he was kind of like out of shape, didn't look the part, whatever. Got on the field, was instantly TVD's favorite target with Restrepo gone. Had a monster game his first game. Then this year he had a good year. This was kind of like his really first year of getting acclimated to D1, and he did damn good. Would have did even better if we didn't have the situation that we had with our quarterback issue. So right. I'm looking at the potential of this guy, and I think we were going to reach it, especially with Kevin Beard at the helm. So it's a potentially big loss, because I do think that kid has a lot more left in the tank that we haven't gotten to yet. But hey, man, kudos for him. He's not going to make us lose any games. So again, I want to reiterate that losing him is not going to make us lose any games, anything like that. But that was another, I thought, potentially special talent. That left. But we got to stand on business too. Kids got to stand on business, but we got to stand on business. Like, yeah, we can't just. I don't know his situation totally, But we can't just pay any and everybody. And you know, if we feel like we're paying you a fair amount, we can't just jump when you ask us to jump. So you know, business took place. I wish him the best.
Right. A couple comments in the comment section, but that's how it was kind of explained to me. What's going on, Demetrius Abram? But that's how it was kind of explained to me. It's kind of like I call it public execution. Sometimes you got to execute somebody in front of everybody for everybody to get the message. So basically, Miami is not saying, hey, Kobe Young wasn't a loss. I mean, I think they felt that what he has, his God-given 6'4", you know what I'm saying, they don't have in the room anymore. So they felt it a little bit, but they also had to stand on business, like you said. First person walk in that room had to get shot. So it was basically kind of like, hey man, like who do I talk to about getting a little more money? So it's kind of like a business threat, and they was like, nobody. Matter of fact, they were like, nobody. Matter of fact, packing shit. Basically, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of like harsh. So the next motherfucker who want to walk in there, you know what I'm saying? You better have your business acumen together. You better, because you can get your head cut off. And that's what college football is turning into, whether y'all like it or not. Yeah, whether y'all like it or not, that's what it's turning into. What would you call that, Rich?
Well, it seems kind of strange to me because when you think about it, you would think a player would be able to ask their coach, especially if this is where the money is being distributed from when it comes to the so-called collectives. So, in my opinion, I think that you can't have knee-jerk reactions when a player comes and asks you that, because if you distributing NIL to people, I'm gonna come to you. I'm not gonna go to somebody. I'm not gonna go to the equipment guy.
No, I think he was asking the right person. I think he was in the right place. But so, they wasn't. They didn't want to enter. They didn't want this summer to go like last summer.
No, I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't want it to go like last summer, you got to have a plan in place, and everybody got to be on the same program from Jump Street. You just got to let people know. Look, this is almost going to be part of your exit. Like when you sit a player down and you talk about the good things he did, the bad things, if you want him to come back the next year and all that stuff, you got to also say, hey, by the way, this is what your NIL package is with the collective, and let them evaluate whether or not that's fair, or negotiate it and then walk away from the table. That way it's done. That way, if a player comes up to you 2 or 3 or 4 times after that, now you're like, okay, you got to go.
Why people in the chat keep saying Brashad gone? Wait a minute.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Breaking news? We got a couple Brashad gone.
Man.
Where you saw that, Rich?
No, I'm seeing it in the chat like you.
Oh, okay.
Well, they're making the assumption that Brashad is gone, or are they saying Brashad is gone?
Well, he don't have anything out here that said he's gone. Why would they be making the assumption that he's gone?
They do that. They tend to do that type of thing. So I don't know. I'm just
yeah, I don't see anything saying he's gone. Maybe they just assuming that he's out of here.
Because
what I heard was if Restrepo come back, then a couple of guys might be a decision.
Well, We heard that X might be coming back. That's what I seen.
Yeah, I see. I haven't heard anything on X. Yeah, I haven't heard anything on X, and I don't see anything on Rashad. Um, but we heard Rashad struggling off the field, bro, like in the classroom.
Hmm.
Yeah, we hearing he kind of like, yeah, we hearing kind of like struggling off the field in the classroom. I'll check. I'll get to the bottom of that, but sometimes when guys aren't getting the play or the carries or something, like sometimes it is off the field stuff. Sometimes when guys disappear, it's off the field stuff. Paris disappears a couple games every year.
Yeah.
So after the bowl game, man, everything is shake itself out. Speaking of the bowl game, we got Jakori Brown starting in the bowl game, and a clip comes out of Jakori Brown rolling out, throwing a 60-yard dart. My dog, a dart to Ray, accurate pass, and that's all it took for everybody to be like, "Oh man, they were lying. Look at that man. That man throwing dart." He has always been the best long ball thrower on the team. You know what I'm saying? But that clip is from the spring. Like we had that clip. I never put it out because it's a practice clip. But Jakori put shit out. I don't know. Jakori put it out himself.
Right.
Yeah, but it's from the spring. I honestly have 10 clips of Jakori throwing accurate passes in practice. But sometimes my life is just too busy for me to argue with every Kane fan about what they think is the truth and what's going on in practice or what somebody can or can't do. Y'all saw the clip. Well, y'all been saw the clip. Y'all saw the clip when we had the clip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jakori knows how to throw?
He got arms. Jakori got arms. This was in the spring now. This was in the spring. Yeah, this was in the spring now.
Who knew? Who knew?
I thought he had baby hands.
Yeah.
Maybe
so obviously he's gotten a little better. Right. Obviously he's gotten a little better. And now he's been to get 2 weeks of practice where he's the only one getting the snaps. Cal, like when he's the only one getting the snaps, 2 weeks of practice, what is that gonna do for him?
That's going to do a lot for him. It gives him his confidence. That also gives him the ability to just sigh and relief. I ain't got to worry about nobody behind me. I can be myself and depending on me. There's no more blow the whistle if he take off and run. No. I get to play my game. So my mind
right.
clear. I can see the whole field and I can let loose. So it's this. You should see the best of Jakori since he's been here. You should be able to see that this year in the bowl game. I'm excited. I hope everybody else is too. And I hope he is. Not too excited, but I'm extremely excited. Perfect opportunity for the young man. But
yeah,
getting all him getting all the reps too. It's like you can learn the playbook, but if you're not in there throwing the ball, you know what I mean? You want it to become second nature. And if you're not in there doing that, it becomes a little tougher. And so all those practice reps and all those snaps, man, yeah, everything should come in and be automatic. So
right. And it's almost like the OC has to focus on him and his game. He has to tell the game to his game to win this game, right? He took the time to not pay attention to the man the whole fucking season. Now he got to go all in and tell the offense for this man to be successful.
Right. Which is, yeah, like you said, it's something you didn't do all season for whatever reason. Maybe you just didn't feel like you have the time, or you weren't gonna, you thought you never have to come to that. But now it gives you the opportunity to make yourself a better OC too. Because it's like, okay, Mehdi has pointed out plenty of times he hasn't had a quarterback, in the mold of a JB, a Milrow, and all that kind of stuff. So now you have it. So now this helps you to develop as an OC because I got all this time and I got to focus on this guy. So you've never done it before, but it's gonna happen for you because now you can sit there and see it. If you got any kind of common sense, which I'm sure Dawson does. So now he's gonna be able to adjust how he play calls for a different, type of quarterback, man. It's gonna open up doors for everybody as long as everybody accepts this reality and just goes forward as a unit. It's gonna open up a lot of doors for everybody.
If he has a great game, right? You think Kane fans just go on and be like, "Oh, we got a quarterback," or you think they question, or you think it's a black eye to the staff?
I don't. I was having this conversation with my cousin last night, and Streeter, you put it, one day you put it so eloquently that a lot of people kind of overlook flaws of the staff because you want your coaches to be right. Because if your coaches are right, then that means your program is right, and if your program is right, that means we're winning and headed in the right direction. So sometimes you overlook all those kind of flaws and things. So
Right.
for it to be a black eye on the staff, you probably gonna only hear that from like people like me. I think most fans are gonna be like, "Oh, that's why we were sitting him. That's why we were sitting him. We were getting him right, or whatever." It's whatever reason they're gonna. A lot of fans are gonna use that to just jump over that part. But you're gonna have some people are gonna be kind of pissed off, but they'll forget about it as long as you win the game or what have you. But I think what it does is kind of. It opens I think it does open guys up for scrutiny, but I think they're going to gloss over that. I think the fan base is still going to kind of be 50-50 because you know what they're saying now. What were they saying leading up to this point? He's not getting any credit for Georgia Tech. Ain't nobody finna give him credit for Rutgers. So it's gonna be 50-50, I think.
Man, I would say the only way it's not a black eye for me is if the not fan base, but fan base too, but primarily the coaches, if they do JB the same way, if they're like, look, he got a lot of moxie, he showed that he's a competitor, got a lot of fight in him, and he's a guy that wants to come out there and win, and he's a gunslinger. So if they say all those things about him, then it's not a black eye for me. But if they don't, they get a black eye.
I know you're gonna give him a black eye, Rich. You probably don't even want Cam Ward. You just want to go to the season with JB, huh?
No, I want Cam Ward. I want Cam Ward because I want true competition at the quarterback position for sure this upcoming spring and summer. And that competition is only going to make both of those young men get better. And
it wouldn't be fair. If Cam Ward coming here, I don't think it's a fair competition. It's like Darren King coming here. It's
not, but I think what you can do is it'll be a great transition period for all parties involved. Not just because of the obvious, but the same way De'Aaron King was able to show TVD and Jake Garcia, how you're supposed to handle things, how you're supposed to be a leader, and all. How much rubbed off, I don't know, but we went over the stories about how much it rubbed off on like the receiver room and all that other kind of stuff, right? So it's the same thing with Cam Ward. Right. I don't know what type of young man he is, but if he can come in here, hey man, I've been doing this for 3 years, starting quarterback, and boom, 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 he can show Brown how to be the best version of Brown before he gets on the field. So for all parties involved, it'll be a great thing to have Cam Ward here.
Yeah. I mean, yes, if you're going to pay Cam all this money to come in, he's going to be your starter. But
right,
I think it does set a tone for the offense. And for Jakori, you could watch that offensive coordinator go through some of those growing pains that it's going to take in order to really learn how to coach a dual threat quarterback. And then you can perfect on that when it is your time to shine.
So, can't be that difficult, right? Dawson been around football forever, man. It can't be that difficult, right?
Yeah, but
if he can't get it right now, then he might as well quit football. I say that because look at the direction everybody is going in. This is the norm. We want quarterbacks that move. You look at the NFL, like this is the norm. We want guys that move and sling the ball. So
Right.
you had a graphic up there, Street. We're talking about, the recruiters of the year and all that kind of stuff. We see our boy JT up there and everything. As we go into that, before we get to that, when do we start, since we're talking about Dawson, when do we start grading Dawson when it comes to bringing in a quarterback? I say simply because does that take a team success type of thing to be able to bring in a high quality quarterback, as we're talking about recruiting and all those type of things? Or is it one of those things where he's like X likes to point out, he's got to learn that you're at a higher caliber program now, so now you can start going after the big dogs and bringing them in? Like, when do we start, looking at the quarterbacks that we actually bring in from recruiting?
Mm-hmm.
And grading him on that?
Not necessarily grading on him, but we talk about everybody else, from Coach Joe to the great job that KB and Jason Taylor are doing, but we don't really speak on landing quarterbacks. Is quarterbacks one of those positions where it just takes more than a solid recruiter? I guess that's my question.
Right. You got something on that, Rich? What you think?
I mean, we're going back to whether or not the OC could coach a dual threat quarterback. Show me where he's had a really successful dual threat quarterback. Gino wasn't a dual threat quarterback.
What you answering? You answering KB question, or you answering something in the chat?
No, I'm just saying, to the point of where I mentioned where this offense is looking to go and what Mario wants to do with the offense, because I see it. I mean, and yes, a lot of people in here are talking about KJ Jefferson, the way that he pulls the ball and runs with it. Yeah, this is what we want. We want a guy who can stretch the field with his legs and his arm. And yeah, Dawson, that's the future. Like, you're gonna have to adjust to that. So, but Cam has and I guess I'll be switching subjects if I went into this. So, I was going to talk about Cam versus whoever else is out there. Just something I see with Cam that makes him unique. But I'll go into it. Cam has that flick of the wrist type of like just that flick when he throws the ball. And I would say if I had to look at the top two most accurate quarterbacks, top three, Michael Penix is number one, and then Cam will be somewhere where in either or that 2 or 3 spot. Just the way that he flicks the ball, it's crazy to see. The one thing he has to work on is if you're going to run or scramble, the minute you decide to start running, you got to tuck that ball high and tight like a running back. You can't have the ball in your hand like a loaf of bread. So
right.
That's the thing he has to work on.
So back to what KB was saying is, I think it's kind of hard to judge him on the quarterback recruiting, KB, because they can always hide behind.
No. I'm not judging Dawson. What I'm saying is the question is more about the quarterback position itself. Like, how do we get in quarterbacks? Not, like, is that up to just recruiting, or is that just a position where everything has to fall into place for you to get quarterbacks? Because we know the quarterback is that's the top that's the top position in any sport, period. Hardest thing to find in the world. So that everything has to come together, or is that a thing about recruiting?
I think it's recruiting. I think because money is involved now, anything is possible on some Kevin Garnett shit. Yeah, I think anything is possible. You saw we had Rashada in the fold. There was a high level quarterback high-level quarterback thinking about coming to Miami, and it was all because they just had to leave where they were. They wanted to throw the ball a little more. So I think because money is involved, I think it falls on recruiting, them going after one of those guys. We don't have a track record, man, for quarterback. When the last time we put a quarterback anywhere? XFL, CFL, like we don't have a track record of it at all. So it's gonna have to be some bags getting dropped. It's gonna have to be some NIL going on to get a quarterback down here. But eventually, the Dolphin has never claimed to be a quarterback guy, though, right? Like, is he a quarterback whisperer? Or?
He took on the position of QB coach. I hope he feels that way.
He didn't whisper shit to JB all year long. Like, we need more. I think we need more quarterback coaches. I think we need Rosette down there or somebody, bro. I think we missing something.
Yeah.
I think the redhead guy still down there.
I think so.
I agree with you. We need more QB coaches. And heck, maybe not even just one. Maybe you get 2 or 3 coaches down there just for the QBs. It's that important.
Right.
That
Streeter, can you share about one of our recruits having an affinity for another school because they had a quarterbacks coach? Remember we had that conversation?
One of our recruits having an affinity.
Well, that we didn't get. Somebody that we didn't land.
Damn, I can't remember who we was talking about. I remember the conversation.
He's an upcoming
talk about the quarterback that we didn't get.
Yeah. Yeah, you do, Street.
Say it. Why y'all won't say it?
Well, sometimes some conversations I had just between.
Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
Rich, can you put it in the chat thing? In the chat box.
In there. Let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I had a conversation with, we went after TJ, Schianos quarterback, 6'6" guy, recruited by NC State. NC State been on him for 2 years. And I talked to his dad. This is a good one. Yeah, let me get close to the mic. His dad is a University of Miami fan. Like, recruiting him would have been a layup. But we decided not to. We decided to go after Judd. I think whatever they saw in Judd. But when Miami did come on, it was at the end, and Dad was just like, man, listen, Street, I'm a Miami fan. But when the last time Miami put somebody in the league, Street? And I said, Brad Kaya. And he just looked at me and said, I said, all right, Bernie Kosar. Because he was like, yeah, he said, Street, listen, man, NC State got a quarterback coach out there, man. He's done Phillip Rivers. He's put a couple guys in the NFL. These guys been knowing us for 2 years. As much as I'm a UM fan, I can't let my son go down there as some bridge to Jeremiah when these people been loving me. And actually, they're set up to help him. He feel they're set up to help him more. I mean, so these schools that are lesser schools that we think that we out recruit, they all have their own. It's all selling. They all have their own selling points. You know what I'm saying? And they got us there.
Mm-hmm.
Like we sent our quarterback coach. We had 2 quarterback coaches last year. You know what I'm saying? And now, so yeah, so that's TJ, the Chaminade quarterback. That's kind of what went into their decision. That NC State did have a quarterback coach, and he had some accolades.
Yeah, a reputable guy. And that made a difference. I think if y'all ever hear Malik Rozier, he talks about this. He talks about he talks about GAs specifically, but he's talked about quarterback coaches and things. He talks about like these are the guys that are going to be around your kids the most. I was explaining this to somebody the other day, like the whole TVD Dawson conversation that, we heard towards the end of the season. It was like, it probably happens faster if you have a quarterbacks coach or maybe a grad assistant, QB coach, whatever, that's around TVD a lot and dealing with him a lot, because Dawson can't just focus on TVD. He's got a whole game plan he has to do, right? But if you have that guy, TVD probably feels comfortable enough to have these conversations, or these conversations come out early. I'm not blaming anybody for that. That's just how the way it went. I'm not blaming anybody at all. But I'm just saying, like, that's the reason of having more help around, having more assistance. It's not like we don't have help and assistance, but it's kind of like, it's just kind of pointing out the importance of having, you might need a separate QB coach from just, or an assistant QB coach. Let's put it that way, something like that. Because at the end of the day, it sounds like CJ had an affinity for, their quarterbacks coach. He's a reputable guy and he's putting guys in the league. It's kind of just that simple.
Yeah.
Maybe we have that, maybe that helps us swing the pendulum a little bit, but there's a difference there. So things like that.
And they say when his foot hit the campus, he's taking second team reps. Jakori didn't take a second team rep this year, none time. They say he's taking second team reps. So I mean, like at the end of the day, they did the right thing. I mean, we Cane fans in here, but I think they did the right thing. If it was your child, so I would have told you the same thing. Like, nah, bro, I don't know about that.
Yeah, those things matter. Like we think they don't matter, but those things matter. It's not just putting on the brand and all. It's the little things, but we just have to, but we're going to tighten up things as we go. Things are going to open up, things are going to reveal to us, and Mario's going to fill in these holes as we continue to go, as we continue to progress, especially signing classes like this. I think Steve Kim got on the other day. They shared that in the chat, and they were like, you don't always get the number one player in the nation, in your state. And we missed on it. Steve Kim said that's probably the last time Mario's going to miss on that. And I agree. You know what I mean? He's going to keep building and continue going. And yeah, I think it's probably the last time that happens. But we just, Mario's in year, he was in year 2. It's hard to have all your ducks in a row in year 2. But we did a damn good job. I remember everybody was like, oh man, you know what I like, Street? I like looking at the Twitter timeline and everybody's going back. It's like everybody kept receipts, man. They clowning Florida State. They clowning Florida. They were talking about, oh, y'all said y'all were going to have the best D-line class and blah, 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 blah. What did they just rank Jason Taylor when it came to recruiting?
Number 4.
Number 4 in the nation.
Number 1 in the ACC. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, shout out to Jason Taylor, man. I ain't gonna lie. It looked kind of scary for a while, but X kept telling us we're gonna get our linemen. We got those guys. We should have had one more, but man, shout out to Jason Taylor, man. Hell of a hire, Mario.
Yep.
You said it looked kind of scary.
It did at one point in time, I think, because it was like, especially when we lost what's the boy Franklin, because he kept coming down here to visit Jason Taylor, and it's just like, man, if we don't get this kid, like, what's going on? Didn't get that kid. And for a while, it was just looking like, oh man, what's going on? What's going on? And then some things started coming, man. The boys was working behind the scenes. So man, shout out to Mario, the way he keeps his foot on everybody's neck. He keeps his foot on recruits' neck and his coaches' necks, man. That's how we end up with those types of classes, man. And shout out to Jason Taylor again.
So that means your boy, the defensive line coach, should be getting some pub, some praise too, huh?
I agree. I gave him props during the season for how well the defensive line guys were playing. We saw the best Leonard Taylor that we've seen, the most consistent Leonard Taylor. We saw Harrison Hunt getting in there and turn into something different. Man, those guys were playing their asses off, man. So shout out to Coach Joe for the development, but shout out to him for the recruiting as well, man. Jay, that's the JJ we got. Coach Joe and Coach Jason Taylor, man, and they doing a hell of a job. So let's hope we keep that shit together.
No, they doing their thing. Definitely doing their thing. So I mean, so at the end of the day, well, December 28th, we face Rutgers. I'll be flying up there, man. I had to get me some gloves in Connecticut, bro. That cold hand shit ain't for me. I'm about to get me some mitts. I'm about to be walking around this motherfucker like this. Man, that cold hand shit ain't for me. So December 28th, man, we got Rutgers with like a shell of a team, man. We missed a lot of people, dog. But I'll be there. I think it's supposed to be 30 degrees or something like that, man. I'll be there. Gotta be there live. Anybody else in the chat, man? Anybody else going to the game? Who going to the game, man? Raise your hand or put an emoji in there or something. You going to the game. What Clemson playing at? Rich, you going to see Clemson play?
Fans there?
No.
Yeah, we gotta have some New York fans. Bonga in New York.
We gotta have some New Yorkers. I know Gave Shotty, and I think he said where he at now? Shotty's not in New York.
He in North Carolina, ain't he?
Somewhere else. He's either in Ohio or Canada. I can't remember. I don't know why I got those two, but it's one of those two.
You say Canada?
I know. Yeah, I don't know what he's either in Ohio or Canada. I have no idea why it's one of those two. But I know we got some New York Hurricanes in here. Ohio, I knew it. There it is. I have no idea why.
Shout out to the
Canada must have been. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know why you thought Canada either.
I don't either. I think it was the Toledo thing. I was thinking about Toronto. I think that's what it was.
Yeah. So listen, man. We was hearing rumblings. Huh?
He said he's driving up. EJ say he driving up.
Ooh, to New York? From where?
He said from Connecticut.
Gary Shai said he was born in the Bronx. The boy said we need more than gloves.
Get your hand.
Oh no, I just got
$16 on Amazon.
$16
on Amazon. Get your hand warm.
I just got me a nasty OTFL or FOL varsity jacket in it. That motherfucker nasty. A varsity jacket in the mail. That motherfucker heavy too. But I don't know if I can be on the sideline with the FOL jacket as the media.
Oh, so, yeah.
Boy saying driving up from where?
He said Connecticut.
That's 2 hours away. We just had a crazy Uber driver from there. He said Bronx was 2 hours away from Connecticut.
That might have been who that was.
But yeah, man, I'll be there, man. I expect the Canes to win, even though they're missing. Cam Kitchens declares for the draft today. James Williams won't be there. Kobe Young won't be there. I don't know if Bashar is playing. I ain't see him on. The first person I saw in that video was Ray Ray. I don't know if Bashar playing. Let's see. Y'all saw this?
Oh, I'm from Brooklyn. All right. Give us your best New York accent. It's mad brick outside. You heard? Get about it. Let me get some coffee. I'm walking here. Let me get a chop. I'm walking here. Let me get a chopped cheese, though. Let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese, you heard me? Word to my mother.
That was Miami.
Word to my mother, B. I'm walking here. It's a fugazi. Hey, how you doing? It's a fugazi car. I'm not looking at it. Forget about it. I'm walking here. Listen, forget about it. Listen, brick out here. Word to my mother. Hey, I'm walking here. You don't forget about it. Word to my mother, bro. Hey, Gordon's out here, dog.
New York City.
Hey, yo, man, you look mad gorgeous.
Forget about it. Oh man, we're gonna show them when we get up there. You get mad gorgeous, man. New York. I'm from the Brooklyn.
All right, give us your.
That was funny.
Just having fun.
Let me get some coffee.
Don't we have where Harrison Hunt from? We ain't got no New Yorkers on the team.
Malik Bryant was serious. Word to my mother. It was serious. Word to my mother.
That was funny.
Let me see. Where is it? I'm walking here. They had a little list put up right down the side. You saw they were reading off of it. I'm walking here.
Word to my mother, B. I'm walking here. That's a fugazi. Hey, how you doing?
Who's this guy right here? Who's this?
I'm not looking at it. Forget about it. Forget about it.
Who's that?
Is that Rangoni?
Well,
I'm just joking. Just joking.
That's not a linebacker. That cannot be a linebacker.
Nah,
That better not be.
that's either a long snapper.
Somebody in the comment section
Like a
go,
long
"No,
snapper.
that's Rigoni?"
No.
They said it's Rigoni.
Nah, that ain't going.
No, it ain't.
I'm sure Rigoni in shape, bro. I know that ain't Rigoni.
Let's see. Yeah, no, I was like that.
Rodriguez.
I was like, oh, damn.
Can't be
I'm looking at
Rodriguez.
Ryan
That's too small
Rigoni.
for Rodriguez.
I'm looking at Ryan Rigoni, and I can't tell if that's Ryan Rigoni. That's crazy. Nah, man, that's not Ryan Rigoni, man.
Nah. Can't be.
I don't think so.
That look like that same guy?
Whoa.
I can't tell.
Whoa.
Coach Rigoni.
Whoa. That
Ryan
does look like it.
Ryan Rodriguez. That wasn't a Rodriguez. Yeah, that wasn't a Ryan Rodriguez is bigger than that. Ryan Rodriguez look like a big mayor now, dog. That wasn't Ryan. He got dark hair. Was that Ryan? Was that this guy?
Bro, it's hard for me to imagine that's Rigoni with that gut, bro. There's no way.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody said that's our backup quarterback. Marcellus Poulion. Now y'all getting out of hand now.
They picking out names. I don't know who that is.
This guy look like he got a gut. Nah.
That can't be. If I was Rigoni, I don't know what Rigoni been doing here for the last 4 years.
Dylan Joyce. And we got people on our team. We don't even know who they is, dog.
Oh,
that is not Joyce.
What about the new the? That's not the. Damn, I'll say. What's the new punter's name?
Dylan Joyce.
Oh, that's Dylan. Oh.
That is not Dylan Joyce. No, that's not Dylan Joyce.
Somebody said Lou Cristobal.
They said it's Lou Cristobal. Is it?
No, man. I don't think so. I don't think so.
But y'all know it's a lot of kids. A lot of kids in there we've never heard of, bro.
Right. Nah, man, Lou Cristobal look like a football player. Hell no. Nah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe he'll walk on, right?
He looked like a long snapper, bro.
Darn, I thought somebody in the chat was gonna know. I thought this was gonna be a little easier.
Yeah.
We need Don them in here. Get Don and E1 in here. They'll know who that is.
So now, bro, listen. So Cam Ward is supposed to be making a decision soon. We started hearing that he got his NFL grades. What y'all heard? First we heard first round, and then we heard his real grade was like third, right?
Yeah.
Bro, there's like 10 quarterbacks possibly in the draft that's like ahead of him. 8, something like that. We were doing a list today, like JJ McCarthy, we don't know if he's going, but there's like 9 quarterbacks ahead of him. So he's supposed to be making the decision soon, man. I mean, nobody. We heard this weekend, but one more day left in this weekend. What day? Friday, Saturday.
Saturday today.
Saturday.
I don't even know, man. I was in Hartford, Connecticut. I don't know. Yeah, we're supposed to hear a decision supposed to be coming soon. We started the Camville hashtag. Miami feels. You know what I'm saying? Miami feels the decision has to be coming soon. We started Camville hashtag or Cam Ward to the U. Cam Ward to the U started trending. I don't know if Camville ever started trending, but Cam Ward to the U started trending. I think everybody kind of got in on that. If you was a recruit, man, you think that'll make you feel like that? Hey, look, I'm trending. They love me in Miami. Think that'll help?
I guess it depends on who you are.
It should make you at least feel warm and fuzzy.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah. Unlike Dylan Green out of Oklahoma jumped in the transfer portal to head to Missouri, and the damn Oklahoma fans found his mama business and started giving it 1-star ratings.
I heard that.
These fans relentless, dog.
Terrible.
Started giving his mama business 1-star ratings, and then Missouri fans went back in there and kind of fixed it.
That's terrible, bro. You know they did that to Trick Daddy?
Yeah, they did that to Trick Daddy. Yeah.
Hey, people are tough, boy. Jesus.
They are.
That serious, bro.
That's a bit much.
It's too much, bro. But I mean, nonetheless, I don't know. I think we're gonna have a good Christmas treat. I think we're gonna have a good Christmas, personally.
But I think it started already, Kyle.
Yeah. We just waiting
Rich,
for that star on the top street, bro.
That present, waiting for that present right there. You see Black Santa Claus with the motherfucking present, with the hurricanes in the back headed to New York. The goddamn hurricane play. This is KJ Jefferson name, right? Where's this KJ Jefferson stuff coming from? Gio mentioned his name one time, and that's what, because I haven't heard anybody else say his name. He hasn't been picked up yet?
I guess not. They talked about it in the group.
Huh?
I said, I guess not. They was talking about it in the group meet. That's where I heard the name from. And I went to go check out his tape, and shit, I like what I saw personally, but
right. Yeah, Mehdi said he liked what he saw too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not taking that over Cam Ward, but if we missed out on Ward, I don't see a problem with the kid, man. He looked like a poor man's Jamarcus Russell. That's not a bad thing. People gonna think what they want to think, but that's not a bad thing.
Poor man's Jamarcus Russell. Yeah, the KJ Jefferson thing, I haven't heard anybody say anything about it, but in the group meet. The last thing I want to hit on is, Rich, you the only one with a goddamn college degree in here. Can Florida State sue the ACC, dog? Can they? Like, in the comment section, you got any lawyers in the comment section? Like, that is a lot amount of money. $572 million to get out the deal. But you signed the motherfucker.
Right.
Florida State finna sue. I don't know what they're gonna sue for. I don't know what it is they're suing for, but I heard if Florida State doing it, other schools may do it. And what is that? Just putting pressure on the ACC?
That's the only thing I could think of. But like you said, y'all signed the contract. Maybe there's something in the fine print that you can find that they may have violated. Maybe there's I can't think of the word fair. I can't think of the word, but maybe there's something they can come up with to say that the money's not coming out right, or you guys are not fighting to get us more money or something like that. I don't know personally. But I did see also that we talk about other schools jumping in on it, and if there's a way, shit, I'm all for it.
Rich.
Mm-hmm.
Can Florida State sue them and some shit that they agreed to? Can you turn around and sue somebody?
It depends on what's spelled out in that contract, and if they can get the rest of the ACC, the rest of the teams within the ACC to agree that stuff was spelled out a specific type of way, then yeah, they might have a case if they can get everybody to agree. Because I think that's what they
give me an example. Give us that example. Come on, we ain't go to Penn State with your motherfucking ass. Give us an example. What could be in that contract that they could turn around and be like, "Hey man, what the fuck? What? Give me an example."
So they could all interpret the contract a certain type of way. Like, let's say it's for y'all at Denny's, and all of y'all think the menu says green eggs and ham, and it in the menu says it, but your eggs come out and everybody's eggs is yellow, and then they're like, man, ain't no such thing as green eggs,
right?
And so that's where you could kind of have a argument. Like, you could go into court, and if 4 people say, well, there's no such thing as green eggs, well, you might, because that was the way the contract was interpreted, you could be able to be afforded something because of that. Or if you say, well, it says green eggs, I know eggs is not green, but we all think that we're entitled to green eggs, then you could go into court and once again, if everybody's at the same consensus pretty much, then that's where you could argue that this is what we thought it meant.
Wow. So this guy said the state of Florida sovereign immunity, the contract is fraudulent with an unreasonable balloon payment amount. That makes that's English to you, Rich?
Yeah, it does. But once again, same thing. Like, if Miami says, man, we got the 130, here's my 130 million, I'm getting out. That's where you're gonna mess it up for everybody else, including Florida State, because you got the 130 and you didn't think it was a big deal. But everybody else is like, man, we don't have that type of money to spend on getting out of the ACC. So that's where that lies. In my personal opinion, I think that if you have a contract that's over 10 years long, there has to be something written in that contract where you have to go back and negotiate what you signed some 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
There has to be some due diligence because ultimately, what is the ACC doing as a holder of that contract for those teams that makes them entitled to any piece of that contract? So that might be the fraudulent part
like
too.
maybe there's some part of good faith negotiations, right? And they can come out and say, you guys aren't doing enough to keep up with the Joneses, just more money. Everybody else is, renegotiating, deals. SEC is getting more money. Big 12 is getting more money, but we're staying stagnant in the same contract. So we signed this contract with you, but you guys aren't doing enough for us as schools as far as getting more money. That's something I can think of without seeing the contract. So that's a point. But then I think what you lose, Street, was if everybody joins in on it, then it just puts pressure on them. Towards like, well, we got too many fucking unhappy people here. Like, we gotta do something. It's gonna mess up in the long term or whatever. I don't know how you get out of that without buying yourself out.
They done definitely got the party started. Somebody said not a lawyer, but someone at CSI said a Leslie grant of rights deal was to 2027. It was signed, and the commissioner later gave ESPN an option to 2036 without consent. One depending on what will be ACC seeing this coming to file. Well, North Carolina, Florida State. They done got the party going. Now, for everybody who's saying that picture was Marcellus Pulliam is a black guy, okay? Like, whoever said that picture was Marcellus Pulliam, he's a black guy that caught an interception in our last game, right?
Yes.
The guy's black, all right? Q Sports Media. You just wanted us to put your cousin up here on the goddamn. You just wanted us to put your cousin up. Well, it's not Marcellus Pulliam. He's a black guy from Atlanta. Jesus Christ, from Georgia somewhere. Let's get ready to get up out of here, man. But listen, Florida State got the party rolling. Sometimes it's not even about whether they right or wrong. Sometimes it's about saying, "Hey, motherfucker, we serious. We won't out this shit. What a go? We won't out. We won't out." It just starts screaming. No, you don't have anything to fight with, but I think they done had enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think right now is the perfect time to do it after you get skipped because your quarterback broke his leg in 80 places, but you're going to make it seem like it's because it's the ACC, and you start screaming. You know what I'm saying? Now, who's going to join in with him?
Man, I saw something. I don't know if it was false though, but something they had us, Clemson, and like two more schools. I was like, oh shit. And that's really all you need. You get us and Clemson in the ball, get the rolling. Add North Carolina, then it's like, this is too much noise for us. We gotta figure this one out. Even if it's an agreed lower buyout, you know what I'm saying, that you're gonna pay over time. You know what I mean? Yeah, see, Medi has it as Miami, Clemson, UNC, and Duke. Yeah, I knew it was okay. Shit. That's everything you got right there.
That's it.
So,
Conference is plastic zone after that.
That's it.
That's it. Well, we'll see. But Florida State was the only one to drop their nuts. I heard they got so many people buying out the bowl game, they might have to forfeit. Ricky Smiley came on and said, basically said Florida State forfeit pulling out the bowl game. They got so many people saying they ain't playing. Ricky Smiley think they pulling out the damn bowl game. But listen, man, y'all make sure y'all like shit. Huh?
What if they actually did that? Do you think that would help with their case in any point at all?
Yeah.
If they just turned it around and just said, no, we did this because huh?
Say we ain't doing it. They just say we ain't doing this, man. We ain't doing this.
Yeah, we're not playing this consolation prize game.
Right, and just use that, but also like you were saying, just use that as a way to say, find a way to say this is the ACC's fault for not helping us get in or represent or whatever. Like I wonder if they can, swing that shit. They got DeSantis behind them and shit already. So I just wonder That'd be interesting.
Yeah, because I don't know what this was about.
Florida State University has opted out of, I think, was it the Orange Bowl? I think whatever bowl game with Florida State and Georgia, Florida State has opted out to play against Georgia in the bowl game. I don't know if the Orange Bowl.
Is he serious?
Yeah. We got a connection that works on the Orange Bowl committee. Florida State has, I'm getting in reports that Florida State has opted out of the Orange Bowl against the Georgia Bulldogs. You might want to turn your TVs on to ESPN. That might be breaking news. That Florida State University Seminoles
I couldn't put my finger on
opted out against the Georgia Bulldogs. Can't be mad at them for real, because they're undefeated. Make sure that you check your sources. I am getting reports from an inside source. Breaking news.
What was that about, dog?
I don't know. He gotta be careful. I wonder if he can get in trouble for that shit. Yeah, I don't know about that one, bro. You better be careful. Because he ain't put no joke on the end of that shit, man. He might get in trouble.
He had on a black and red shirt. He a Georgia fan. He from Georgia.
He from Alabama,
He's
but
from
he
Alabama.
probably repped Georgia. He been in Atlanta. Yeah, he been in Atlanta so long. But,
yeah, that was kind of weird.
But
let's get out of here, bro. Let's get out of here, bro. Listen, everybody cross their fingers and pray to God, the Tooth Fairy, whoever you pray to, Cam Ward announces tomorrow. I want people to think that us saying, hey, man, we want Cam Ward to come here saying we don't like Jakori. We have to get a quarterback, bro. We got to get a quarterback or two, right? We got to get a quarterback. I'd rather it be a good guy that pushes Jakori, and like you say, Rich, they're going to quarterback battle, whatever they got to do. I'd rather be somebody that can goddamn go, that can get this offense, you know what I'm saying, going and help Dawson with his light-skinned quarterback coaching or light dark green quarterback coaching or whatever the hell is going on. Yeah, so it's not that we don't want Jakori Brown to be the starter. I just want us to get our quarterback room right. Jakori got time. You know what I'm saying? But I think Jakori finna tear ass on the 28th. And I think some people are going to have to explain, you know what I'm saying, why was Emory trotted out there twice after what we see on the 28th. But y'all make sure y'all hit like, hit share, man. If you're not subscribed. All of that stuff is free. Anything y'all want to, before we get up out of here?
Nah, just shout out to all the villains, man. We appreciate y'all continuing to watch. Teran, appreciate it. No Mere Mortal said something to me earlier, man. I'm doing fine, man. Glad to see y'all tonight. Hey, let's get hype. I think we're gonna miss the president. So.
And I do got one more thing. So I'm down in Miami. So my aunt, she just came back from Haiti not too long ago. So she went and got me some authentic
what that there, boy?
Haitian rum. Got
some Haitian rum?
Some what they call cremas right here. And this is some new stuff right here. This is I don't even know what this is, but it's new. It's pretty good though. So when Cam commits, I already got my celebratory drinks right on deck.
Oh, I might open up my light up bottles. I forgot what I had. Dom Perignon. What I got in this motherfucker? I got something.
Nah, what that shit was they gave you? You had some fancy ass
Don Julio, right? And then one of them was Don. It's a light up box. Hold on, I'm gonna go get
it.
Yes, it is.
You know, X already got his Hennessy on deck.
This is better than
got his Hennessy on deck. Y'all know I got my drink near me, so you gotta come on here and pop a few stuff, man, to get this celebration going and shit. We need everybody in on this one, yeah. Man, Rich, I had some Haitian rum a long time ago, Rich. I ain't had none since, bro. That was too much for me, cuz. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. One shot. Maybe because I was at work and I should have been drinking, but yeah. Too strong.
That could be it too. That could be it too.
Whew. Too strong. That red stuff I be drinking is from it's a rum punch from Grenada. My sister brought it back for me when she went on vacation.
That's what's up.
So, look, man. Look, the best stuff be coming from the islands, bro. You just Haitian rum, some white Hennies, man. Listen, well, we be blowed up right here, bro.
Because this right here, this stuff, I mean, you can go into the countryside and see them make it. They still got the old way of doing it. They got the sugar cane. They got the donkeys walking around the thing, pressing the sugar cane and all that stuff. So yeah.
Have you opened that? Have you tried that one before?
I just tried it right before we got on, man. It's good. So this has a fruit called grenadine.
Mm-hmm.
So it has some type of grenadine fruit in it too. It's good.
Yeah, I might have to send X by. He gonna test it out for us.
Hey,
it's
here.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So
man. X probably got him some. No, that's Medi. That's Medi with the bottles of Hennessy white, with the white Hennessy, don't it?
X like plain old Hennessy.
That boy ain't gonna change. We should all be popping bottles tomorrow. Let's see what Streeter got. You know, Streeter got all the fancy shit.
I ain't no drinker. I don't hear my alcohol from my own self. I don't even know where it's at. All I got is this one. I don't even know what I did with this Don Julio. Let me see. I had another green one, a light up bottle.
Shit, kid, man, Kill don't took that bottle to the teachers end of the year winter break party, bro. That shit.
She done gave it away. She done gave it away as a Christmas present.
Yeah, that shit.
At work or something. I don't know what I did with my. I had another one, man. I got 4 of them.
Oh, that's my folk right there. Two bottles of white Hennessy. That's my cousin right there.
What? Yeah, so yeah, I'm with you, Rich.
Yeah.
If we commit, I'm gonna pop bottles with you too.
All right, that's what's up.
And shout out to Jakori Brown, man. Young Bull.
Yeah, man.
Y'all make sure y'all like, share, man. We finna get up out of here. Maybe it's on you. Appreciate y'all. We out.